Hey guys, this is Bharadwaj with FoneArena.com, and today we have an unboxing of the Nokia Lumia 1520. This massive phone is possibly or maybe definitely one of the last Nokia phones to be ever produced and built, along with the 1320 of course, and of course the other Asha devices. But the point is, like, this is probably the last flagship that you will ever see from Nokia, and that's the 1520. There's a lot going on for this device. It first of all follows the trend of huge screen devices, phablet devices like the Oppo N1 or the trendsetter the Galaxy Note. People want huge screens, so Nokia wants to give them an option, and that's the 1520 right there. So quickly, let's unbox this phone and talk about it later. Typical Lumia box there. Nothing much to show. We have got the yellow version, and in the Indian version there are a couple of apps that are pre-installed. For example, Bigflix and Your Movies, that's the other app. You also have Zenio digital magazines and Flipkart ebooks that all are pre-installed on the Nokia Lumia 1520. Also, we have a couple of showcase apps, for example, like the Halo Spartan Assault, which of course does not come with the phone, but is a showcase app because this has a huge screen and the specs to run this game really well. That is Snapdragon 800. So anyway, we'll talk more about the device. Moving to the back, you can see that there are a couple of notable brandings. This is of course a pure view device. It has a 20.7 megapixel camera, and of course, as I just said, Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 quad-core processor is easily one of the fastest out there right now. Also, Carl Zeiss optics. Windows Phone branding. This runs on Windows Phone 8 GDR3 with Nokia Lumia Black firmware update. You have Dolby Stereo for the headphones and Nokia Music, Here Maps and Here Drive all pre-installed. So let's open up the box right away. It's a fresh retail box that we just got, so I'm just opening it right in front of you. The seal, everything. So there you go. That's the Nokia Lumia 1520 sitting right on top of the box, and boy, it's huge. This is actually the first time I'm seeing this device in person, because I was not there at the launch event nor at the Abu Dhabi international press event. So this is the first time I'm seeing this, and boy, it's massive. My hand is massive, but the device makes my hand look small. So yeah, that's the device right there on the top. You can see the SIM card slot is coming out, just an indication that you have to get the SIM card in there. And anyway, let's keep the device aside. Also right on top is the SIM ejector tool, which is used to eject the SIM card slot. Unfortunately, the 1520 comes with a nano SIM slot, unlike the other devices, even the other Lumias that come with a micro SIM slot. This is the first Nokia device to come with a nano SIM slot, like the iPhone or the Moto X and the other recent devices. So anyway, that's something we have to consider here. Taking out the other box contents, we can see that there are some bunch of information booklets right here. Nokia Lumia 1520, just a bunch of text. You have matching earphones. These are in-ear and of course really good, as we have seen with earlier Lumia devices. Let's just focus a little bit here. And you also have the Indian 3-pin plug, which will work like this. It connects to the USB through the micro USB cable that they have given inside the box. So that's the micro USB cable right there. Nothing special here, and that's about it. We don't have anything else in the box, so let's straight away take a look at the device. But before that, a quick size comparison between the other phablets. So this is the Lumia 1520, which has a 6-inch Full HD display, which is a first for Windows Phone. And this is the Galaxy Mega 6.3. Let me quickly wipe that off. A lot of dirt because it's a fingerprint magnet. That's the Galaxy Mega 6.3, which has a bigger 6.3 inch screen. And Here we have the Oppo N1, which is even bigger than the Galaxy Mega 6.3 and the Nokia Lumia 1520. It's surprising to see that a 5.9-inch screen device is taller and somewhat bigger than both of these devices. But both, you can notice that they are broader than the Oppo N1 and its very small bezels. Otherwise, we think due to the rotating unit, the Oppo N1 is bigger. But anyway, that's the quick size comparison between other phablets. You can see that both these devices are almost the same, except that the 1520 might be slightly narrower than the Mega 6.3. You can notice that there, but very negligible. And we think it's up to the overall design philosophy rather than anything else. So that's the quick comparison in terms of phablet size. But in terms of normal phone size, this is the Nokia Lumia 1020, a really gorgeous device. But anyway, look at the screen size here. This one 6-inch and this one is 4.5-inch. This is pretty normal and typical of any flagship device, probably from the last year, because 5-inch is the norm this year. But look at how tiny it is. Both are made of yellow polycarbonate unibody, but still the 1020 looks very diminutive when compared with the 1520. But people do prefer huge devices these days, and it feels like the 1520 will be fitting right in my hands. It's surprising because the Oppo N1 definitely could not as well as the Mega 6.3, but it remains to be seen. This is really thin, of course. So anyway, let's take a look at the device in depth now. So here you go, here's the phone. Let's quickly take the wraps off this device. This is a really neat phone. As I said earlier, this is the first time I am looking at the Lumia 1520, and boy, it's extremely gorgeous. It's a matte yellow unibody polycarbonate body, and it looks fabulous. This is really well made. Of course, we expect this build quality from Nokia, but damn, it's so thin. It's 8.7 millimeters thin and weighs 209 grams, but I don't feel the weight like I've felt with the Mega 6.3 or the One Max or the Oppo N1. It feels light. It feels surprisingly light. In fact, it might be in the same league as the Mega 6.3 because I felt that the Mega 6.3 was also really light. Maybe the weight distribution is pretty awesome on the 1520. So let's quickly go through the hardware. On the front, you have a beautiful Nokia clear black display. This is a new type of LCD. This LCD comes with Corning Gorilla Glass 2 protection, not 3, the latest one. It's slightly curved at the edges, which looks wonderful. And as you can see, the display is really dark, indicating that it will have very high contrasts even for a LCD. And it's tightly bonded to the screen. So yeah, 6-inch 1080p display on the front. Above, you can see that it has an earpiece and a front-facing camera. The front-facing camera is a 1.2 megapixel camera capable of taking 720p HD videos, and you also have some couple of sensors lying around here we can't see. There is also 3 capacitive buttons down there, which again can't see unless they light up. You also have the primary microphone here, and over at the bottom you have the micro USB slot. Alright, so over at the left you have 2 slots. One is for the the nano SIM, which is open right now. Pretty nice that you don't have to use the tool for the first time. And then you have the other slot for micro SD. Yes, this comes with a micro SD expansion slot, unlike the other Lumia flagships like the 1020, which doesn't. Great addition there. You also have a 3.5mm audio jack over at the top, and at the right you have the typical Windows Phone buttons, volume rocker, which doesn't feel as raised as on other phones. It's very hard to tell. It's very integrated with the phone. I'm not saying that as a positive, that's actually a negative. It needs to jut out for people to find it quickly, the buttons. So they are not raised much. They are like very unified with the body, which is not good news for usability. So that's the volume rocker, that's the power button, and that's the usual 2-stage camera shutter button. it looks quite good. It actually looks like a very big Lumia 720, especially in this matte yellow version, because I have held the Lumia 720 in matte yellow and it looks really good. Very similar design philosophies there. You have also the loudspeaker here, which we hope is good enough. There is a 20.7 megapixel pure view camera with Carl Zeiss optics on the back. Pretty nice camera this. It also comes with the Nokia camera with Lumia Black firmware update, which enables you to take raw photographs. So DNG files that you can edit on Photoshop or Lightroom, and you can tweak them as you wish. You also have 4 microphones, omnidirectional microphones for noise-free and wideband voice, whatever that means, because it's rich recording mics and they sound absolutely good. Dual LED flash again, and that's about it. So let's power on this device and see how the Windows Phone looks on this huge screen, because again, this is the first time I'm seeing the device and I'm pretty much looking forward to see how the 3-column tile layout works and if there's any optimizations for the bigger screen. Are there any? Let's find out. Boy, the display looks really good. That's one first impression that we really want to share, because the display is absolutely wonderful. You can see that the viewing angles too are mind-blowing. So this is probably one of the best displays we have seen. So let's quickly get started and set up this phone. We'll go for recommended. We'll just be back after setting up this phone. So here you go. This is Lumia 1520 with the Windows Phone 8 GDR3 update, enabling 3 columns of tiles, of medium-sized tiles that is. So we think it's pretty optimized for the home screen, but going into apps and other details, like for example, this is still very big typography for a 6-inch screen, and look at the size of these icons. These are not optimized. They are even bigger than the Windows Phone shortcuts. That's hilarious. So yeah, I think more work needs to be done in Windows Phone 8. We all know that it lacks a lot of features when compared with Android or other operating systems. Even iOS, it lacks in features. So there you go. This is Windows Phone 8 GDR3, slightly optimized for a bigger screen, but still you have to navigate a long list to get to the About page, which will show you the OS version, which is Windows Phone 8.0.10.517.150, but that's not actually important. Let's go into extras plus info, which will tell you that this is running on Lumia Black. So one of the major features of Lumia Black is that the Nokia camera can take raw images. So this is the default camera app right there. Quickly we can go through the steps. We'll skip the steps and let's go into the settings and see what you have. So yeah, it's already set as default, but going into the settings, you can see that the camera can take 5 MP plus 16 MP and 5 MP pictures. So we have not got the update yet. We have not got connected to the internet yet, so we haven't got the update for the Nokia camera, which enables the raw update. But anyway, you can see that this camera can actually take oversampled 5 MP pictures with 2x high resolution zoom and the 16 MP pictures in by default. So that's the camera UI. It's pretty awesome. We have shown you the whole UI demo in a separate video, so you can take a look at that if needed. Also with Nokia Black, a lot of other apps come pre-installed, like Nokia Storyteller, which is actually a very neat way to document your memories. Also you have camera specific apps like Camera 360 and other video apps like Vimeo and Vyclone and whatnot. So there you go, that's the Lumia 1520. Again, going through the specs, this is Nokia's first quad-core device, the first Windows Phone quad-core device with a 1080p display. This is a 6-inch huge phablet, Snapdragon 800 quad-core processor, 2.2 GHz, and of course 2 GB of RAM, 32 GB of internal storage, and of course expandable micro SD slot. So really nice device. We are looking forward to review this. It's got an awesome display. You can see that reflectivity is practically nil. Look at this viewing angles. It's brilliant. You can look at them closer and you can still read the font. That's pretty awesome for any device. We allowed that on the Oppo Find 5 and we are allowing it on the Nokia Lumia 1520. A lot more to come. We'll show you games because the Snapdragon 800 is pretty awesome, and also benchmarks, whatever we can run on Windows Phone, and of course a demo of how all the apps work and more. So a lot more coming in terms of 1520 coverage. Stay tuned to FoneArena. Do subscribe to our channel for more videos, for more 1520. And that's about it. That's me, Bharadwaj, signing off. Do hit the like button if you like this video and let us know what you think in the comment section below.